This is Lisa, and on Thursdays from 5 to 7 p.m., I'm tuning into the Evening Experience.
Hey, once again, it's Word Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience Radio Show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. Okay, we're running a little bit late. Accidents will happen on the highway, especially when you're trying to do something. I'm sorry for the delay. I'm sorry for everybody that had tuned in and that tuned out, but they're tuning back in because we're here. Let's go. We have our first guest that is currently on the air, the one and only Roger Mooking. Hey, Roger. Roger? Okay, we're going to have Roger Mooking momentarily. Hello. All right, so we're going to get Roger Mooking back, and we're going to go from there. But meanwhile, while we're doing that, and Roger.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. We do have you. All right. Technical difficulties. Yeah. Radio, I love it. First and foremost, thank you for being a guest today. We appreciate you being here, taking time out of your busy schedule. I know you're doing so much at this moment, launching an album, running your famous show on the Food Network. Listen, you're doing everything. First and foremost,
it really is.
go ahead. Roger?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So I see that you've been in music for a long, long time. You were actually in a group many years ago, and you facilitated to show a lot of different, stylings, because now currently I hear on the current album that you are dealing with, food, and then from there you facilitated to be, a person that now starts to rap. You started off singing, and then you went to rap itself. How was that transition? Just for people who don't know, it's called Eat Your Words, is the current album that he has out.
Yeah, well, I started out rapping, and then I got into singing a little bit, and then so this album is like mostly rapping and some singing here and there, touching throughout it. But I mean, I always did that, I just always did it, man. I used to work in restaurants around 15, and I'd take all my money from the restaurants and go set up studio and then just get recording. And I just got good at recording, and here we are today with Eat Your Words,
Right, because when I looked at you and I saw you in the group, and I saw everybody, and I'm like, wait, who's this? Because when I listened to the album, that's the first thing I did. I'm listening to the music, and I'm like, he's rapping. Okay, so he's a rapper. All right, he spits. Cool. And then when I went way back, and I'm talking about, this was what, late 80s, early 90s?
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's singing. So I was like, okay, so Roger really does it all. Okay, so I'm like, now, Eat Your Words, I hear the jazzy feel. I hear the homage to hip-hop itself, and I'm listening to you, and I'm going, now, where do you get your inspiration from rhyming from?
I mean, I listened to all the classics. I came up with all the classics, the Rakims, the LL, all those dudes, of course. EPMD is one of my favorite groups of all time. Tribe Called Quest, all those people. Kane, Nas, Biggie, all that stuff definitely kind of seeped into my pores over the years. The first song I ever learned to rap top to bottom was Nucleus, Jam on It.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just been absorbed myself in the culture and just, dipping and kind of learning and experimenting with stuff,
Okay, so now we're going to do a twist. How did you go from that transition into being actually a world famous chef?
Well, like I said, when I was about 15, I used to work in restaurants. And I used to take all my money and do recording. I got good at recording, did lots of stuff in the music industry. And then I went back to the cooking industry. I really focused. I went to school. Like, I went from the ground up. I went to school. I was working in restaurants like Shucking Oysters, making salads. Worked my way up, doing the more complicated services, catering, and other restaurants, hotels. And then I worked my way up to being executive chef of a restaurant in the east end of Toronto where I live. And around the corner, the Food Network was just launching at that time. And they were looking for talent and stuff. So, I didn't know who these people were for a good while. They just come into the restaurant all the time and eat. And then after a few years, we kind of sat down. I figured that they introduced themselves. And then we developed this concept for this show called Everyday Exotic. We banged that show. We did 52 episodes of that show. We sold that show around the world to like 40 countries. And then America picked it up. And ever since then, I've been doing stuff with Cooking Channel and Food Network in America, from Iron Chef to Chopped to kids' barbecue shows, and, of course, Heat Seekers and Manfire Food and Man's Greatest Food and all that stuff, So it's been quite a journey, man.
I see. Not only has it been a journey, you basically have been a staple, as you said, of the Food Network and the Cooking Channel. You and I'm gonna say his name wrong. The other Spanish chef, Varone.
Oh, Aron Sanchez. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Aron. I love the show that you used to go sit there and challenge each other on eating the hottest things possible.
Yeah, Heat Seekers. Yeah.
I lived through y'all because of the fact that I'm a little bit older now, so I can't eat all the hot stuff I used to. So
I feel you.
I sat there and I used to watch y'all. I was like, wow, these guys are really going at it.
Oh man, we used to go hard in that show. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But now, Man's Greatest Food, you definitely still have your finger to the pulse, traveling all over to like Vegas and different other places throughout the country and different parts of the world to facilitate giving people some of the best foods possible that can help them to see what is out there so people can want to go and explore.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that that's a big part of it, is that people like the adventure. They like to go on the adventure through my eyes, but also kind of see what people are doing and realize that there's a lot of different stuff people are doing out there to experiment with cooking, whether it's cooking over a fire with barbecue for Manfire Food. It's just like, featuring different best of items in Man's Greatest Food. And, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they say, like, they sit down and they make a list. They watch the show and they track the list. Okay, I live near there. I'm going to go check that spot out. Or I'm traveling to Chicago. I'm going to check that spot out. So it kind of ends up being kind of like a food travel guide for people who want to adventure and check out food as well, right?
Well, definitely, because Manfire Food, listen, when I see you barbecue or go to some of these places, my mouth is salivating. I'm like, if I could have, I know we're going into the future, one of those transporters to take me to wherever you are,
yeah.
I would definitely go and eat because the food looks excellent. You definitely are hitting your finger on the pulse as to what America wants or what they see that they would want to be a part of.
Yeah, definitely. And, I think the success of the show, like, we just finished season 8 of that show, so the success of the show kind of is a testament to exactly that. Not a lot of TV shows get that kind of bandwidth and then spread over 8 seasons like that. So I think you've hit it on the head, man. It's like people are really into it,
Well, I think it's also not only the people that are into the food itself, but the people who are, as you said, taking us on this journey. No short to yourself, you are quintessentially one of the nicest people on TV that I've seen. Like, as far as taking people on this journey, it's like you're sitting with you at a table as you're eating. That's the type of feel that I get.
Yeah, and I just I'm a people person. I always get along well with people as long as there's no drama. And I think that just naturally comes across. I've just kind of been that way since I was a little kid. You know, like my best friend when I was 3 years old was this 80-year-old French man, you know, who lived across the street from us in Trinidad. And I don't know, me and people are always good. And so I guess that helps when we're doing a show like this, right?
Most definitely. What is your ethnicity, by the way?
I'm born in Trinidad. My grandfather came from China, ended up in Trinidad. I've done like DNA tests, and so like in my family, there's Spanish, there's African, there's Caribbean, there's Chinese, Irish.
Wow. So you're definitely mixed. So that's why, you know, your love of food from the world itself is one that makes for an incredible, if you want to say, palate that you have. Because, listen, there's not too many people I say have the opportunity to facilitate all the things in which they do, as far as being able to know what the food is that's in that part of the world, or to show people where they come from, or, you know, the growth, or you know, having a wide palette to show how food is a part of everybody's life.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I grew up eating like that too, right? Like we would have dim sum for breakfast, roti for lunch, and like mutton and potatoes for dinner, you know, like some real Irish shit, right?
No.
And I thought everybody ate like that until I go to their house and I'm like, oh, they don't eat like that.
No.
They have like toast and cheese whiz. What's that?
Right.
Wow, what is all that? And so I just kind of learned it. And so I just grew up with a very dynamic palate because that's just how my family ate. They put everything in front of us and we ate it. There was no like substitution. Oh, he doesn't like this, so we don't make that. You know, I'm from a West Indian household. We don't play that kind of stuff.
Right.
There's one food, you eat that food, take it or leave it. And that, in my household, that could be anything from callaloo from Trinidad to stir-fried, you know, Chinese food. So we just learned all different types of flavors, and, you know, it's paid off. You know, it's helped me build this career and this life that I have now, and kind of corner a very interesting part of the whole food landscape, you know?
Okay. With that being the case, and I take that you've done the same thing in music, because to be a part of both R&B, if you want to say, or pop, and hip hop, you've also explored, you know, I can hear some Caribbean sound in there. I can hear, you know, rap. I can hear, you know, some light R&B. You are trying to feed people the same thing in music, a wide variety of music, or giving people's palate or ears a taste of what is, you know, your actual stylings and music itself.
Yeah, and I think that that's just by nature of what the input is. You know, like an artist's output is only relative to what their input is. So my input is traveling all over the world, eating all types of different foods, meeting all kind of people from all walks of life. And while I'm in those places, I'm absorbing the sounds and the music of those regions. And, you know, after like decades of doing that, it just naturally comes out. So when I go in the studio, I don't think, oh, I'm going to do this thing. It's going to have this Caribbean feel and this soul feel and this gospel feel. I just go in, I start composing whatever is resonating with me that day, and I just go in, and here's the line that came in my head, sing that out, play that out. Here's the drums that came in my head, sing that out, play that out. And then before you know it, we've built this kaleidoscopic piece of music, and then I write to it, you know? And just the flavor, all those different flavors, like you say, come into the mix of the music, man, and it comes out like that because that's what comes in, you know?
Okay, so with that being the case, if you were feeding this to my audience, what would be on the menu?
If I was feeding you like a dinner?
If you were feeding this to the audience that's currently listening to you, what would be the menu for your album that you're giving us?
Oh, well, like the dinner to accompany it.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. What would be on there, man? You know, there would be some Caribbean food, some Jamaican and Trini food. There would be some soul food, some grits and some plantain on there. And there would be some oxtail and some fried fish. There would be a little bit of some sushi on there on the side.
Okay.
Warm it up,
Now I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to leave here in a few and go get some to eat.
And of course, you get some hot sauce on the side. Everything get a little hot sauce on the side.
There you go. Listen, I want to tell people you have one of the most prolific young chefs that are currently out there on the Food Network and the Cooking Channel. This is Roger Mooking. He has an album out called Eat Your Words. You definitely are going to feast on an incredible sound of Caribbean, jazz, R&B, hip-hop. You can definitely listen to greatness as it's before you by having this young man in your actual, I'm sorry, I was about to say tape deck. I was about to show my age.
Your eardrums.
Right, and your eardrums, right? So take the opportunity.
Keep it general.
Right. Listen, watch. He's an incredible, incredible person. And once again, I want to thank everybody I want to thank you for being here today and talking to our audience. And the next thing, where can they find you on social media?
Everything is at Roger Mooking. The at symbol, Roger Mooking, ROGERMOOKING. My website is rogermooking.com. I'm on every social platform. You can download the album at every platform available, from Tidal to Apple and everything in between. So there's lots of places you can check me out, but it's all consistently Roger Mooking.
Well, Roger, if you can do me a favor, if you can follow our show page, we would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, 100%. Done.
I appreciate it. Listen, this has been the one and only Roger Mooking. Once again, the album's out called Eat Your Words, as well as you can see him on the Cooking Channel. Listen, man's greatest food. You can definitely watch him. Listen, everywhere he is, you want to watch because you're going to get a great episode, great music, great talent.
Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it.
All right. Take care, sir. We'll talk with you. Thank you.
Have a good day. Thank you.
I remember living bad. Now a nigga chase a bag, yeah. I just see hundreds on hundreds. All I wanted was his cash, yeah. The diamonds on me, yeah, they water. So you know that they gon' splash, yeah. The haters gon' hate on it. Come on, like style is so fab, yeah. I remember living bad. Now a nigga chase a bag, yeah. I just see hundreds on hundreds. All I wanted was his cash, yeah. The diamonds on me, yeah, they water. So you know that they gon' splash, yeah. The haters gon' hate on it. Come on, like style is so fab, to all my haters, please don't act like you know me. I got your girlfriend texting hell of emojis, cause I'm all the way, yeah. Like my seat wasn't a nosebleed, throwing all this money like it was confetti. And keep my bros with me like Ed and Eddie. And all my diamonds, yeah, they water. Like I went and broke the levee. The lifestyle I'm living is so unforgiving, but I'm rocking crosses like a nigga Christian. She on her knees, I'm saying no God. Now that's a definition, natural religion. I'm ballin' left or right, that's a Euro step. Time to wake these niggas up like they overslept. So I'ma keep doing it till I can't do it no more. That means I do it till death. Finna take flight, yeah, that's dearly departed. They loving the kid and I'm just getting started. But when it comes down to loving and cuffing these hoes, I promise I am cold-hearted. About a bag like a bank robbery. Man, I cannot stop till I hit the lottery. Gripping this paper like it was a part of me. Hating on me, well, I guess that you ought to be. Hey, I remember living bad. Now a nigga chase a bag, yeah. I just see hundreds on hundreds. All I wanted was his cash, yeah. The diamonds on me, yeah, they water. So you know that they gon' splash, yeah. The haters gon' hate on it. Come on, like style is so fab, yeah. I remember living bad. Now a nigga chase a bag, yeah. I just see hundreds on hundreds. All I wanted was his cash, yeah. The diamonds on me, yeah, they water. So you know that they gon' splash, yeah. The haters gon' hate on it. Come on, like style is so fab, yeah. The haters and whatever they do say, don't got time for love like I'm dodging the bouquet. Cause I'm making hit after hit. In other words, I'm flexing on them like Bobby Boucher. Flipping this money, call it acrobatic. My lifestyle a movie, yeah, it's cinematic. Man, now when I break like it was a bad habit. I'm paper chasing, the rest of y'all standing. Push button to start, the whip came with options. Now your baby in it, yeah, that is adoption. Designer this, designer that. Ain't no telling what I'm gonna be rocking. Get out my way like I caught in isolation. Cause I got the juice and you all concentrating. Throwing this money with no hesitation. How does it feel to watch a boss in the making? Let's get it. Cause I remember living back. Nah, a nigga chase a bag, yeah. I just see hundreds on hundreds. All I wanted was this cash, yeah, the diamonds on me, yeah, they water. So you know that they gon' splash, yeah, the haters gon' hate on it, why? Cause my lifestyle is so fabulous, go! I remember living bad, now a nigga chase a bag, yeah, I just see hundreds on hundreds. All I wanted was this cash, yeah, the diamonds on me, yeah, they water. So you know that they gon' splash, yeah, the haters gon' hate on it. Cause my lifestyle is so fab, yeah, I remember living bad. Now a nigga chase a bag, yeah, I just see hundreds on hundreds. All I wanted was this cash, yeah, the diamonds on me, yeah, they water. So you know that they gon' splash, yeah, the haters gon' hate on it. Cause my lifestyle is so fab, yeah.
Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the Evening Experience radio show from 5 to 7 every Thursday. I have the one and only Deja Vu Films in the building. They're setting up that live shot. This is what film people do. They make film happen. All right. Introduce yourselves, please.
My name is Deborah Cardona. I am the CEO of Deja Vu Publications, Deja Vu Vibes, Deja Vu Films, and a few other entities.
Okay. A businesswoman extraordinaire is in the building. Go down the line.
My name is Artie Cordell. I'm an actor and an artist.
Okay.
Hi, and I'm Capri Edwards. You wanna know what I do?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I do it all.
Okay.
I do it all. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Thank you. All right. So basically, Deja Vu Films is an incredible company that has put out and produced a few different films that people have watched, and I've seen success on. You've been in some film festivals, and you've doing so many things to help people in the community to see some of the plight and some of the things that are going on. So is a lot of these stories that you put together fictional, or is it realistic and you're just utilizing some adaptation to explain that story?
Okay, well, you can only write what you know, right?
Okay.
So I was born and raised in East Harlem at a time where, no one cared for no one. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So I come from a lot of different scenarios throughout, my upbringing, the drug dealings, the robberies, and so on and so on. A lot of it is very negative, right? So in order to turn everything that went on in my life that was negative, I had to flip that, because something good got to come out of that lifestyle.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm a big believer that my stories is going to get me out the hood.
Okay. So not only have I seen you put it on film to show people the lifestyle of the things that you live, but you also put it in music, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
My son.
Okay.
My son, Sonny Lee, he's an artist. And he has put a lot of what he's been through in life into music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that you've brought the people to your life and growing up and now putting it on film, what is it that you wanted people to learn about that lifestyle or that way of living?
Well, it's not just about the lifestyle. It's about someone living that lifestyle and getting out of it. You
Okay.
know what I mean? I've been incarcerated. I started writing my novels while I was at Bedford Hills Correctional Facility. I wrote the first one, Chain, in 30 days. Then I went on to write the second one and the third one and the fourth one. And I came home with 13 novels. When I came home, I pushed those books on the streets. I ran up and down 125th Street selling my books.
Wow.
Hand to hand, like jumping in people's faces, like, my book is hot, whatever. And people were buying it. And I made a good living off of that. Then I put up book stands. Then the vision changed a little. The vision was like, okay, I don't want to run up and down the street. Now I want to stay in one place, put up a book stand, and have people come to me and have people find me, instead of them looking for me all over the street, like, where is she, where is she, where is she? Now they knew that I was on 106 and 3rd, and the love was there. People were coming, and then I started contacting other authors, and I was like, listen, I put up a book stand, bring me your books, and I started just selling everyone's books on my book stand. They had it on 125th. Why can't we have it in East Harlem? See, we didn't have those things in East Harlem.
Correct.
And I was the first vendor to do it.
Okay.
And I think I'm the last because not too
Yeah, I
many
haven't
people-
seen too
No,
many,
there
yeah.
aren't any vendors out there. You know, like I could put up a table tomorrow, and people are gonna show me love because that's just what it is. You know.
Okay. So with that being the case, and you decided now to move in a different fashion of immortalizing on film, what did you want the audience to see from your eyes?
I want them to see my life. I want them to see my life, and I want them to see that, you know, even though I lived that life, be it positive or negative, I'm able to come out of that. You know what I'm saying? I've been through a lot. I was a drug dealer. I went to prison. You know, I didn't raise my kids, even though they were with my family. I didn't raise my kids. You know, and I wanted to show other people, especially my Latino community, that, you know, one bad situation, you can't make that an excuse to not move forward in life, no matter what you do.
Okay.
You know, it could be writing, it could be movies, it could be anything, you know. A lot of people tend to think, oh, because I'm a felon, I can't do this. No, well, you know what?
That's not true.
But there are a lot of people that feel that way, you know, the rejection, not being able to get a job. I'm the type of person that I went on several interviews when I came home from prison. And guess what? I wasn't given a job right away. Then I decided I don't want to work for nobody. And I created my own way.
Okay. So with that being the case, you creating your own way, the entities that you have created, what would you tell somebody who is coming out of a situation, who might have a story to tell? What would be your advice to them?
Make your story your income.
Mm.
Make your story your foundation to open up your business. My story is what inspired me to open up my business.
Okay. So I see you brought a couple of books with you.
Mhm.
If I can.
The first one is Chain,
All right.
and that's the one, the film that it's already done,
Correct.
and it's in front of a few networks.
I
And
seen
we're hoping for it to get picked up.
I Am Black Rose is one of the people who's
Yeah,
starring in
she's
the
the
film.
leading lady
Mhm.
in my film, Jazz.
She plays the woman that is
Jazz.
no, I'm not the
Oh.
character, but I'm talking about she plays. I'm trying to give them a backdrop so they can understand.
Mm-hmm.
She plays the woman who is a dealer who gets locked up.
Yeah, she plays me.
Okay, so
Chain is based on my life story.
okay, I definitely saw the trailer and I was intrigued. I was like, wow, okay. A cop rousted you. You were basically running the block, and you were ruthless. In that scenario, and you basically had somebody finally lock you up. You've been through a lot in the prison walls, and then you came back and you wanted to take your life back.
Yeah. The same way that I ran the street and made money is the same way I came home, published my book, because I'm self-published. I had Terry Woods who wanted to publish my book. She wanted to buy the copyrights, as a matter of fact. And when I got that letter from her stating that, call me, you know, I'm interested in buying the copyrights to your book, I said to myself, if Terry Woods wants it, I got something good on my hand.
Wow.
And my response to her was like, thank you, but no thank you. And we became friends, you know, because she respected that. I didn't need the money. I wanted my story to be out there. People that are incarcerated, they tend to sell their stories for peanuts. And then this one is Pocket Full of Game, and that's the book that we're doing the production on now.
Okay, so is it a sequel to this?
No, the sequel to Chain is
separate.
twofold.
Okay.
This is a whole different story. This is about 3 guys that are stick-up kids, and they go out and stick up the drug dealers.
I like that. A hood soap opera.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I like the fact that you definitely are self-made. So, like you said, you stand on your own laurels. You stand on your own worth. You stand on your own name. That nobody can come in and tell you what is you or what you can do or can't do in the actual realm of film or books or media or anything else. What made you want to write this story? Because not everybody who goes in comes out with a story or wants to tell a story. So what made you say, I think I got something to say?
Well, with me, it was I got into the urban novels while being incarcerated.
Okay.
And I read a lot of books, and I came across one book that was badly written, and I turned around and I put the book down, and I said, you know what, I could write my own book, you know. So I did, and I wrote it in 30 days. In less than 30 days, I had changed.
Wow. Okay. So you basically caught the fever because you saw something that, like, if somebody can write this bad and get a book out,
Well,
I
it
can
wasn't.
do it.
It wasn't even so much it being bad. It was the story itself. You know, the urban books were all about drug dealers and you know, the lifestyle, and I could relate to that. So in order for me to get past a book, I had to feel a connection with one of those characters.
So it had to be realistic.
It had to be very realistic to me because I lived that life. You can't just write something and, you know, someone that's reading it and has lived that life, they're not
Well,
going to enjoy
right.
it. So I decided to write my story because my story is real, you know, and it's coming from a woman's perspective. You don't really see the female drug dealers. It was
No.
like 2 or 3 of us in East Harlem, you know, and we all did a lot of time. And none of them wrote a book.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? I need to tell my story. My story is what's going to get me, you know, to the next level as far as going legit.
Okay.
That was the main objective. I wanted to go legit. You know, being incarcerated and seeing the damage that you did to your community as inmates walked in, you know, they were not in a good way, smoking crack, you know, they looked horrible. And I'm like, oh my God, like, you know, God sat me down. That's what he did. He
Okay.
sat me down and he was like, this is what you're doing to your community and I want you to see it. But I want you to see it from this view,
Right.
you know? And that's what happened to me. Like, I would see people from my community coming in, females, you know, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I was like, oh my God, this is what I did to my community. In my books, it seems like I'm glorifying the lifestyle until the very end, where they have options. They have,
Right.
you know, take your money and flip it and do something productive, do something legit. That's where Twofold comes in, the sequel to Chain. That's where you will see the changes in the females in the book.
Okay. So with that being the case, now that you have the first one on film, which is Chain, what will the audience get from not just your perspective of what what would they see as an audience? What would they be able to go, wow, I never knew that, or wow, I've never
The
seen
whole
that?
movie.
Okay.
The whole movie, because all you ever seen me was, if you saw me, you always see me either partying or, you know, in a flamboyant situation, you know. People never saw the behind the scenes in my lifestyle, you know. The going to get the drugs, the cooking it, the bagging it, having to trust people with your work, you know, having to, you know, stand up because it's yours, you know. You want people to do right by you, you know. And I
Right.
became addicted to money, and I became money hungry. Like, a lot of people don't know that about me. Whereas today I'm not like that. Today I'm real humble. Like, I'm real quick to tell you I'm broke. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all right with it, you know. Like, I'm okay with it, you know.
No doubt. No doubt.
Because I'll be broke today and I'm good tomorrow because I made it that way. 5 sources of income, real
Right.
estate, you know. Like, I've gotten into a lot of different things. You know, I invested in Bitcoins, you know.
Listen,
real
there's a
estate,
lot of
stuff like
people don't
that.
understand. A lot of dealers, a lot of people who've been on the street. If they're trying to get out of that life, what they do is they take their hustle and do it in a different way. Oh, so you want me to flip this property? I could do that. You know, I could, you know, put a spin on it, tell people what they need, you know, sell what I need and get it done. There's a few people that I've seen their life. There was a young man that I had here who was a baker. He used to sell weight. and a lot of it. And now he's selling cupcakes. And it's crazy because he said there's no difference. He said ounces. I was always good with numbers.
Right.
So I know how to, make it, how many ounces I need, what powder, to make it taste the way it's supposed to, blah, blah, blah. But he said, I just took what I learned and flipped it. And now, you produce all of the films?
Yeah.
Okay. You being a person, what do you look for when you are shooting your film? What?
Well, I don't film the movie.
Okay.
I finance the movie, which makes me a producer.
Okay.
Because producing is, there's different titles to producing. I'm not the filmmaker.
Okay.
I don't film the movie. I wrote the stories. I have them turned into scripts. Then Capri Edwards takes the scripts and breaks it down. And from there we go into treatments, which is scheduling. First of all, casting, the schedule, locations, and Capri is the one that does all of that side of the business. When I'm filming, I'm directing.
Okay.
And what I look for is the strength of the character that I wrote about.
Okay.
So I have been able to teach my actors how I want them to act.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's not about directing and shouting orders. It's about teaching. So if I see a scene, if I look at a scene and they're rehearsing it, and I'm not feeling the scene because I know what the character's supposed to be like, then I will jump in and direct them in how I want them to be. Either through emotion, crying, I need you to be more aggressive.
Okay.
Things like that. So basically, to answer your questions, I'm directing the films.
Okay. So you are behind the scenes giving perspective if you see a scene that you know how it's supposed to go because you've seen it in real life. You go, okay, take this perspective or take this movement or put
This
more
feeling,
emphasis.
this emotion, right. And if I go in even deeper, I act it out for them. That way they could get an idea of what I want. Male, female, child, it don't matter who you are. If I want you to, get the part or get the scene the way I want it, I will have to act it out for you.
What's coming next for you?
I have no idea. So many things is happening, right? So I waited a minute, for something to pop off. And, I'm always saying, I got to get in. But this business, you have to know somebody to get in, right?
This is true.
And, today, it's just crazy because today I had an agent reach out to me.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, she's like, I love your work and I want you to come out to Miami to speak. And I'm supposed to be speaking in front of Tiny's mom and Tiny.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, a lot of filmmakers and producers and directors. And these people are looking for new projects. It's like she said, they're always looking for something new, something fresh. And when I started talking to her, it just felt so right. I felt like I knew her forever. And I told her, I said, baby, if they hear my stories, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They are going to jump on it because we haven't had a really good urban film on the big screens in a long time. I believe that the last film that was actually popping was In Too Deep with LL Cool J.
I like Training Day.
Okay, that's okay. I'm talking about. I'm not a cop.
Okay.
I'm not cops. It
wasn't just cops. They were cops who were drug dealers.
Yeah, I guess.
But I get you. Okay.
Yeah. I got police in my movie. Artie's the police. He plays Detective Schwartz.
Okay.
All right, and it's funny because when we offered him the part, he was like, I can't do that. And I'm like, yes, you can. And that's the part you're getting. So I challenge my actors too, I want to be. I want to have the same actors in all of my projects because I want us to be a family. You know what I mean?
Right.
So let's say you was an extra in Chain, or you had a small part in Chain, then I'm gonna call you back and have a bigger part in Pocket Full of Game. You know what I mean? And
I
then
got you.
so on. I want to rotate my actors, and I want to give all of them the opportunity. And I'm turning gangsters into actors, and
that's a good
that's
thing.
a big thing for
Yes,
me.
it is. Okay. Because it's a perspective that it does make sense that the authentication of the people in which are playing the parts are literally people who've been through it, not people who are trying to act
Act
like
it
they've
out,
been
right.
through it. Right.
I mean, you could see it on screen anyway if you know the person is not a gangster. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I have a guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but he told me, he was like, oh, I lived that life, like the part he was supposed to play. He's not with us anymore. He's still in the company, but he's just not here. He was like, oh, that's easy. I lived that life. And I didn't take him serious. Like, okay, whatever. He fit the part, though. He was great. And then come to find out, he was living that life. And I was like, oh, okay. You was really, really in the street.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, my whole thing with what I'm doing is I want to give everybody in my community an opportunity to be in my films, an opportunity to see something other than, there's something else you can do
Right.
with your talents. Because, drug dealers are not stupid. We're very smart people. We just make bad decisions, But we have something to give.
Okay. All right. So when is the Chain coming out?
Chain's been out.
So it's currently out.
Chain has been out on YouTube for about 2 months.
Okay.
I held on to it for a minute. I put it in the film festivals. I've won awards. I got some recognition. And at one of the, it was at the Web Series Awards, we didn't win. And I was bothered by that. And then when I went to the founder, I was like, why didn't we win? He said, because you have no numbers. There's nowhere to find the movie, And I said, you know what? I'm going to put my movie on YouTube, and I'm going to get those numbers up. So I sacrificed my baby for the rest of my babies.
I got
You
you.
see what I'm saying? So it's not about, now it's not about, getting it on a network or anything. I pray that it gets on a network, but that's not my focus anymore. My focus now is getting the numbers up for this to get on a network.
Okay.
The next project. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had Chrissy Monroe in your movie.
Yeah, Chrissy Monroe played a detective
Yes.
in my movie. Something new to her, something challenging, and she did a wonderful job.
I saw that.
She did a great job. I was shocked. I was like, oh my God. Like, you can be Jennifer Lopez. Like that. I told her, tune into like Jennifer Lopez or something, like she plays that cop in The Blues, whatever. Yeah, I said, watch that a little bit. And she killed it. She killed it. It was excellent.
Wow. Tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
On Instagram, my page is Deja Vu Films Inc. On Facebook is Deborah Cardona, Deja Vu Films, Deja Vu Vibes, Deja Vu Publications. I got like 7 pages on Facebook.
Okay. That's what's up.
But it is what it is. When you put up Deja Vu, you're going to find one of my
Right,
pages.
that's what I'm saying.
That's
Can't
a
miss
marketing tactic.
it. Okay. Listen, I have thoroughly enjoyed you being here. And I like the fact that you are giving real life perspective to stories, because as you said, there are not many films or places that have put out realistic, other than like actors acting out the jobs and putting it into real life, something that's tangible, something that's real. All right. But The reason why is that's a guest that's calling in. All right. I thank you for being here today. I thank you for giving us something interesting to watch. Take the opportunity, if you haven't already, the name of the movie that's currently on YouTube is Chained. Watch it. You definitely will be thrilled by what you see. You'll definitely get a real life perspective as to the actual life that Miss Cardona has lived, and you'll definitely be looking for the next one. So Pocket of Game is the next one that's coming.
Pocket full of game.
Pocket Full of Game.
Yeah, we're in productions right now.
All right. So look out for that. Definitely check for her. And please, as you put out your films, take the opportunity. Please come back, because I definitely am a fan of your work. And I'm definitely like the fact that you're giving people a chance to do something greater than what they already have.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back.
Boy, if it's cool tonight, yeah, we can get down. Got nothing to lose tonight, yeah, we gon' get down. Boy, what you wanna do? Feeling my body closer to you. Boy, I'm dancing for you, pulling my body closer to you. Give me a mind, collect all the thoughts in your head. Give me a heart, protect you from thoughts in your head. Feel it in the dark, I can feel you from afar. For you, in your eyes I see the stars. I've been looking for you. I can feel it in the air. One puff, I'm blown away. I can feel it in the air. One puff, I'm blown away. Boy, if it's cool tonight, yeah, take me out of the town. Just me and you tonight, yeah, nobody's around. Boy, what you wanna do? Feeling my body closer to you. Boy, I'm dancing for you, pulling my body closer to you. Give me a mind, collect all the thoughts in your head. Give me a heart, protect you from thoughts in your head. Feel it in the dark, I can feel you from afar. For you, in your eyes I see the stars. I've been looking for you. I can feel it in the air. One puff, I'm blown away. I can feel it in the air. One puff, I'm blown away.
Hey, that was Vina Love, Air. She's currently starring on that show, if you did not know, which is called Growing Up Hip Hop New York, with her father, Kid Capri. And there's so many stars on that show. You got Ja Rule's kids, you got Irv Gotti's kids, you got Flavor Flav's kids, you got Charlie Baltimore's kids. You have so many people. But she is one of the stars who definitely stands out who's doing incredible things. OnStar's on there, and a few others as well. But currently, right now, we have Miss, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Deshawn Snow on the phone. Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
All right. How you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the show. So, Miss Snow.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell us, first and foremost, how you became a part of the Atlanta Housewives.
Mimi referred me. I think she pretty much referred everyone on the cast. We knew a lot of people in common because I was always in real estate and they were in property management. And she told the producers about me, and then they interviewed me a couple times.
Okay. So from that point forward, you decided to be a part of the show. Now, because you're successful in real estate, did you have to, or did you want to, like, did you think about it from a business perspective? Like, okay, this will bring more light to what I'm currently doing, or did you say, I don't know, but okay, let's give it a whirl?
Well, I guess the real estate too, but more so the foundation, because at the time I had a foundation helping teen girls, and I thought if anything it would give exposure for that. Because we had prior, I think I founded the foundation in 2006, so it was already up doing programs in different venues and everything. So I think more so the foundation, I thought it would bring light to.
Okay. So with that being the case, you have a foundation that deals with empowerment of young women, and you're growing that actual, because I went to the actual website. I think it's incredible that you not only show an African-American young lady as a young girl, as someone that's empowered, but you have the actual crossword puzzles, you have different empowering statements that flash across the screen, you have voices that are coming in that uplift. What made you start that?
Okay, so you were talking about the Little Shiny series. So,
yes.
I had the foundation for several years, the Sean Snow Foundation. That was for teen girls ages 12 to 17
Okay.
with self-esteem issues. I went through a lot as a kid myself, and so I just knew it was needed. But out of doing those programs, I realized I needed to reach the girls younger, because my programs were 12 through 17, but I knew I needed to reach out to the girls like 9 to 12 because they were more impressionable. So in 2012, I put out the books, the Little Shiny series. And so it's 3 books that are out in the series, and you were speaking of the interactive website that we
Yes.
have.
I love that interactive website. Love it.
Thank you. Yeah, because we have a teacher resource guide because teachers can use it, youth pastors can use it. But the goal with the brand is to have, of course, more books in the series, an animated series, as well as a merchandising line.
Well, I can definitely see that happening. Now, to touch on this perspective, you definitely are a strong businesswoman. You can see that throughout your website. You can see that throughout your foundation. What made you said you grew up dealing with certain things yourself. What made you say, hey, now that I'm this age or this mindset, this needs to be put in the forefront, or this needs to be talked about? Why was that so important?
Well, I knew that we had a platform, when I was married to my ex-husband, and we were doing a lot of different things, and I was interacting with a lot of different people. And a lot of times people, and I come across girls, and they make mistakes, and I just thought it was important for me to use my platform to let them know that you can have mistakes, but it doesn't have to define you. You can have life, and you can have it more abundantly. And so it was just me being transparent. Because a lot of times we were saying some of the same things their parents probably was telling them, but it's received differently, and it's not coming from your mom or dad. So I was very passionate about, and I still am, with the young women, just, helping them, because everything starts with self, and if you know who you are and whose you are, and you know your value and your self-worth, then you won't make the decisions that you make. A lot of times we make these bad decisions because we're just honoring ourselves and we don't really know any better. And then we make mistakes and we have bad experiences, but then if you don't have people around you telling you and being transparent, like, there's so much more available to you. You can have it all. Like, this doesn't have to define you. So I thought it was important.
Well, you definitely showed that importance through the foundation and through the actual website. I could definitely tell people from the perspective that she's coming from, she's giving an uplift on empowerment, strength that some people may not know, as well as, listen, we've all been through things. As she said, it doesn't define you. That's a moment in life. You have more to lead. You have more to live. In doing so, you can grow past where you've been, remembering it, understanding how it felt, and then moving past that.
And do better.
Yes. So now going back to the Housewives, what was your, besides wanting to give light to the different things that you were doing, what was, because the show in and of itself, its perspective is not, even though I know it's cut and edited to look a certain way, what was the, purpose? Because you didn't have to.
Yeah, I thought it would be a good opportunity. I thought it would be something interesting. We were already fans of the series from Housewives of Orange County. And, I said, why not? I didn't have any reservations or anything. I thought it would be an interesting experience.
Okay. And are you still on these actual series?
Am I still on the series?
Yes. No. Okay.
No, I was just on it on the first season.
Right. So what made you say after that, okay, I'm good?
Oh, they said it for me. They didn't renew my option.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess.
But I still watch it. I'm still a fan of the show.
But I understand, and I could tell, and I'm just say this because even reading your bio, reading about you and learning more about you, you don't fit that perspective. Your business acumen is strong. Listening to the things that you put forth in your foundation, you are empowering and growing and strength and character. I don't see that as part of that show.
Yeah, well, it kind of changed a little bit throughout the years. But again, all those ladies, they are all doing things. I mean,
yes.
It's just a piece of their lives, and it is edited, and you have to look at it like it's just entertainment. It's not like, even when our show, the year I was on it, when it came out, they didn't show all the stuff that I was doing. They showed other stuff that wasn't really all me. So, but, I had a history of things, so you can look me up and you can see all the stuff that I've already did. So it didn't really matter. But most people know that that's just a snippet of their lives. That's not like who they are all together. You know what I mean? Like, they're all great businesswomen, and they all have different things going on. But yeah, it did evolve over the years, from the first season to what it is now. And I look at it as entertainment. It's very entertaining. I love the show. It's funny. I think people are putting, I don't know. I guess what I want to say is that it's entertainment. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now that you are currently doing more in your foundation and currently running a successful real estate firm, what has been the difference of the current business market and what you're currently doing currently in your life?
Okay, so with the real estate, like I said, I've been licensed as a realtor since 2004, way before the Housewives. And I have my own brokerage, EDJ Realty, which is like a small boutique, upscale real estate firm. I put that on inactive. So back in 2014, I joined Sotheby's, Atlanta Fine Home, Sotheby's International Realty. So it's no longer my brokerage. I'm with Sotheby's, but I have the Global Sports and Entertainment Group. So, real estate was always part of my life. It's, second nature. And the Global Sports and Entertainment Group, we integrate lifestyle management and luxury real estate because, all my life, when we moved around a lot, I pretty much handled, coordinating the moves, coordinating the hiring the staff, hiring the decorator, overseeing everything. So I just took that skill set and turned it into a strategy for service. So the real estate was already there, and I got back into it in 2014. Since the show, of course, I got divorced, and I took some time off, and I did a lot of healing and soul searching and all of that. So I'm just now, kind of getting back out there and doing different things. And we got a lot of projects in the works. I'm really excited. Excuse me.
Well, I also see that you're modeling as well.
No. I mean, we did some pictures for a photo shoot for a feature that they did on me. But, yeah, I am, I'm brushing up on my acting skills. I'm getting my life coaching certificate. We're pitching several shows. I'm writing my personal book. I have the children's book series, but I'm writing my book. And, I'm doing different hosting engagements as well.
I understand, but I'm going to go back to the picture. You look incredible. You look like a supermodel on this actual picture. So, wow. That's first and foremost. Second of all, you definitely are, like I said, a mogul. You definitely don't let any grass grow under your feet. You can see that from, like I said, reading your bio and your EPK. You're definitely one that shows growth. You don't stand stagnant. You definitely have a lot going on. Now, with the acting, are you thinking about doing like a web series or go full on into a movie? Where are you planning to go with that?
So, I'm just getting myself ready for whatever. Some of the shows, like I'm pitching scripted and unscripted shows. So in some of the scripted shows, I might want to act in some of them besides producing them. But I've always done the acting. I just hadn't done it in a while. So now I'm just kind of, while I'm waiting for everything to come together, I'm just getting prepared. So once the opportunity arrives, I'm ready.
Okay. Is there a particular role that you would be thinking about that you would like to star in?
Oh, I'm open.
Okay.
I have an open heart and an open mind.
Okay. What is the next big thing for you? Because it seems like you're doing a lot.
Well, it just seems, we have several things that we're working on. And, hopefully one of the shows will be picked up and on TV soon. Like I said, I'm also doing the life coaching. I've always was kind of life coaching, but, to my friends and coach, people in my circle. But now I'm just getting the training so I can be board certified. But that'll help me for my books, I think. And some of the shows involve life coaching as well. So,
oh, wow.
There's several things in the works. We're just waiting for it to get greenlit.
Okay. Is there any advice that you can give an upcoming businesswoman or someone who's thinking about stepping out into any aspect of business that they can think of that you would say, if I had known this, I would have did this?
Well, one thing I've learned from like I said, I had my brokerage, and then I put that on inactive. I kept my license active, but I closed my company. Like, never stop anything. I wish I would have kept that going, so when I started back over, I could have just kept that going. So never, whatever vision you have, whatever you start, don't stop it. Just get somebody else to run it or whatever you need to do, but never stop it. And also just, God doesn't sponsor small things. So just, if he gives you the vision, he's going to give you the provision. So you just have to be faithful and you have to be patient, and you don't ever get discouraged or give up, because, especially if it doesn't pop off immediately for you.
Amen.
So just keep striving.
I like that. If there was a young girl that was sitting here now, what would you say to her as she's growing up or dealing with something tough in life?
To know that she is beautiful and she will get through it. God never ends on a negative. So if something is ever going wrong and it's negative, it's not the ending. So to never give up hope. I think with me, I've always had a solid spiritual foundation, and, the saying, like, I might bend, but I won't break. I never broke because I always knew that, God only goes from glory to glory. So any young lady or anybody really going through anything, don't get discouraged. There's purpose in it. Just push through it. You may not understand it, but you just push through it. And it might seem hard as heck, but you will get through it. You know, sometimes you have to take it minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. But, you know, it won't be like that forever.
I like that. I like that. So as you go forward with all of the different entities and or growth that you currently have happening, we want to say thank you for sharing your life with us, because you are a testament that as you said, things do happen, but life will keep going, and God will give you the blessings that you, as it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. I believe that wholeheartedly, because, in this business it's not easy. It never stops. And you have to be either a part of it and keep going, or, you will fail.
Right, and you can't get distracted by it. That's why, because things will come and go. So, but
Right.
if your identity is tied to that, then you won't make it. Your identity needs to be tied to something stronger.
That's right.
Like God.
Amen. Amen. I like that. And as you can see, she is beautiful. She's incredible. She's full of strength, full of love, full of hope. And thank God for having women out in the world that are shining beacon of light, that can definitely show a path or something better than what you're currently dealing with. And I like to thank you, Deshawn, for being that person. And thank you for being a person that can show young women a real perspective in life and growth and strength, wrapped up in beauty.
Thank you.
No problem. I just say what I see. What is it that, if you had some parting words for our actual fan base here and our people that are listening, what would you say to them?
Just be true to yourself and know your self-worth, and know that, you can have anything that you want. Just stay focused and don't get distracted, because a lot of times, and that's, that's something else I had to overcome. It's easy to be distracted. The devil constantly trying to distract you to get you off focus. So you just have to stay focused. When you stay focused, that's when you'll make progress. So stay focused.
I definitely like that. I like the fact that focus in and of itself needs to be a part of what a person needs in order to persevere. Because if you're all over the place and you're not looking at the prize or the brass ring, you won't get there, because you're easily distracted by the things that come into your path because of someone either trying to take you away from what you're supposed to be doing, or you're not growing the way you're supposed to.
Absolutely. Or, different, even opportunities. All opportunities, some opportunities can be distractions too. Just because it presents itself as an opportunity doesn't mean it's the opportunity that's for you.
I definitely like that. Don't be sidetracked by things that are a flash in the pan, as I call it. Keep your eyes on the prize. If you have something that you're meant to do and that you're built to do, you definitely get there. If you're not, it will come to fruition that you're not supposed to be there.
Right, because what's for you is for you, right? So if it's, if it don't work out, and also if it's real hard, like, what's for you is easy, right? It's not going to be all this pressure. It's not going to be all these issues. If you're having all that, just leave it alone and go to something else, because it's not for you. God's not going to give you something that's going to be hard to get into.
Right. Wow. I love the incredible, powerful words that have come from you. I thank you for being a guest on our show. Matter of fact, tell everybody where they can find you on social media.
It's just my name. So on Instagram, Deshawn Snow, Facebook, Deshawn Snow, and Twitter, Deshawn Snow.
And if you could follow our show page, it'd be greatly appreciated. I'd love to stay in contact. And as those things come to fruition and as they come into the light, I would love to have you back, and we can definitely talk about it. I tell people this is your home. You've already been a part of it, so definitely come on back and let's talk some more.
Thank you. And then the kids, the website is lilshawnee.com. LIL Shawnee, SHAWNEE.com. That's my nickname.
Please go look at the website if you want your young ladies to have something that they can do and it can be great at and gives them great ways in order to show them strength and power through a kid's perspective. This is definitely a website you definitely want to hook your little girls up with, or anybody for that matter, giving them real perspective, real life, and growth.
Yep, thank you.
No problem. All right, this has been Deshaun Snow. We greatly appreciate having you here today, and we will say thank you. And like I said, please don't be a stranger.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye. And we're going to be right back. Momentito, 2 and 2, and we're definitely going to be talking. Let's go.
Yo, see we in a situation, can make it work. Appreciate the invitation, don't like the flirt. How you really tryna stun on me? Knew I had a feeling from the jump, you ain't the one for me, nah. Steady calling up your phone, you ain't picking up. Your homie say she was a jump, then why you hit her up? Please don't make me call your home, make me call your bluff. Heard it be rough, out of luck, now you out here stuck. Anytime, anywhere, no. I'ma pull up anytime, anywhere, nah. And you know me not care, no. And I lie, me I tell no. Me know you're mad, so I want matter like. Not about that change up, cause you just my type. Empress, bad gal, me in your life. Saying not about that change up, not about that change up. Me ting mad, yeah, no, me ting mad. Me ting mad, yeah, no, me ting mad. Me ting mad, boy, you know me ting mad. About to run, make me chase you. I got some issues that require just a little love. This that life, you gotta live it, you can't make it up. A lot of people tryna take it, I don't give it up. Yeah, I had enough, it's what it is, it's never what it was. Take it off, try it down for me now. Rest your standards on the ground for me now. Yeah. Take it off, try it down for me now. And I lie, me I tell no. But nah, on that time I don't watch nobody. Wind it up slow, yeah, me wind my body. Make it come closer, yeah, closer, daddy. By my waist, so whenever you say so. Anytime, anywhere now. I'ma pull up anytime, anywhere, nah. And you know me not care, no. And I lie, me I tell no. Me know you're mad, so I want matter like. Not about that change up, cause you just my type. Empress, bad gal, me in your life. Saying not about that change up, not about that change up. Me ting mad, yeah, no, me ting mad. Me ting mad, yeah, no, me ting mad. Me ting mad, boy, you know me ting mad. About to run, make me chase you. I feel no, say I know what I like. Make you grab me by the waist, say I know what I like, yeah. I feel no, say I know what I like. Make you grab me by the waist all night. I feel no, say I know what I like. Make you grab me by the waist, say I know what I like, yeah. I feel no, say I know what I like. Make you grab me by the waist all night.
Niggas take one look at me and say don't trust her. Had me smoking on them things just like a Rasta. Couldn't get high enough, couldn't get by without your love. So keep your drama because I ain't beat no more. You only hit me when you need me, talking about you got some problems. Miss me with that shit, go ahead and call your baby mama. Cause I ain't picking up the next time that you call me fiendin'. So hit somebody's up, you know my cutoff game is seamless. I'm too late to deny it. On the low, all you niggas wanna try it. In my day, I'm tryna take me to the highest, but I don't get low cause I'm a pop it. Still do everything I wanna. Stop sweating me, no sauna. You messed up, it's your karma. I'm gon' shoot with that drama. I ain't beat for you. I ain't beat. Had me get weak for you. Looking crazy in these streets. I went deep for you. I went deep. Just that deep. what you want. I'm sure you miss being it, boy, you won't see it again. I'm sure you miss being it, boy, I won't see it again. But I was the only one. Guess that's what I get, but the trick's on me. For a minute had a bitch so lonely, crying myself to sleep. Now I'm woke now, shining, I'm in SoCal, and you ain't got no hope now. You call me, got a voice there. Like it. Only low, all you niggas wanna try it. In my day, I'm tryna take me to the highest, but I don't get low cause I'm a private. Still do everything I wanna. Stop sweating me, no sauna. You messed up, it's your karma. I'm gon' shoot with that drama. I ain't beat for you. I ain't beat. Had me weak for you. Looking crazy in these streets. I went deep for you. I went deep, took that heat. See me beaming and shining now. Tables unturned, who's crying now? I ain't beat for you. I ain't beat. Had me weak for you. Looking crazy in these streets. I went deep for you. I went deep, took that heat. See me beaming and shining now. Tables unturned, who's crying now? You know you're so long. Boy, why you calling me? Don't hit my phone, I know what you want. I'm sure you miss being it, boy, you won't see it again. I'm sure you miss being it, boy, you won't see it again.
Up for 3 days, baby, I ain't get no sleep. I'm about to come through, think I need to spend a week with you. Control my thoughts, I get so weak for you. I lose my mind if I don't speak to you. My heart, my soul, it only syncs with you. Swear I don't want nobody else but you. I don't talk to my ex no more. My time's been pressed to kick it. We can make that move now, baby. Tell me if you with it. You with it, I'm with it, I'm ready. You with it, I'm with it, I'm ready. Promise you won't forget me, no. Promise you won't forget me. Know that there hasn't been many. Know that there hasn't been many. Let you in if you're ready. Let you in if you're ready.
Hey.
Why the fuck they gotta put the pressure on me?
Come on. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the evening experience from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. Woo! We had an incredible amount of people on the show today. Once again, Deja Vu Films. They definitely showed up. I got a couple of books. Chained is one of them, and Pocket Full of Game is another. She definitely has a video that's currently out on YouTube, which is the actual movie for the actual one of this book called Chained. You can definitely see it there. And then second, she's coming with a Pocket Full of Game, which is a hood soap opera. Definitely going down. Yeah, I was hanging and doing a lot of things, and you know, stuff is going down. Burr Brand, shout out to them. Shout out to DJ Self, you know, the Gwinnett guy. You heard? He's definitely an incredible brother who's doing a lot of things. He has a new artist that's getting ready to pop off on Gwinnett Entertainment. He still has Lou Got Cash as well as Dream Doll. That brother's doing a lot, as well as being a DJ on Power 105.1, as well as going around and DJing in the clubs, strip clubs, and every other place, Miami, Cali, here, listen, Canada, and Jamaica. He's doing it all, people. He's doing a lot as far as that movement. Shout out to him for being a beacon. He's doing a lot of things and putting in a lot of credible work. We got a lot of things going down as far as the guests that are going to be on the show, people that are coming up. There's a lot of people who are vying to get on this network. They definitely want to be a part of the greatness that's happening here in the studio in the Mix Radio. Once again, this is the evening experience, and we are here doing what we do best. Yes, Miss Tony is not here today. She's not feeling well, but she will be back, people. She will be back. We definitely be looking forward to having her back again. But so much stuff is coming down the pike. Shout out to Lou Got Cash. Shout out to Joyla, which is the 2020 Playboy Maid of the Year. I got the opportunity to take a picture with her and do a quick interview, which you will see up on the YouTube soon. Shout out to everybody that helps us to be great. Once again, shout out to Miss Artistry. Shout out to Upscale PR. Shout out to Ms. Mac Marketing. Shout out to Loran Media Group. Shout out to all the people who want to see this show succeed and who definitely give us. Willissa R. Bennett, shout out to her for having Miss Snow here today. I appreciate everybody who has been a part of the journey of the evening experience and the growth that we are experiencing and the different things that we're doing. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the events and the different places that we're being asked to come and immortalize on film, as well as doing interviews, taking pictures. We appreciate everything that y'all do with us and for us at any given time. Shout out to the people who watch. Shout out to the people who want to see what we do and why we do what we do. Shout out to Roger R. Mooking today for being a guest on the show. Shout out to Deshaun Snow for being a guest today. Believing, growing, and full of strength and power. I appreciate having her here today. Shout out to all and everybody who watch, learn, listen, and help us to grow. And more to come. Like I said, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Sometimes snafus happen on our part as well as other people. But we try to make it work and grow and get past it. So I appreciate all of the work and all of the strength and candor that people give us every week and help us to do all the things that we're doing. Shout out to Eddie Murphy and the group. They just put out an incredible movie that's called Dolomite. That is Rudy Ray Moore's life on film. He started out in comedy itself and facilitated to see that it was going okay, but he knew he was meant for more. So he created the character Dolomite. Your mind may flow, your teeth may grit, but I say, mother, you ain't okay. Yeah, that was Rudy Ray Moore. Rudy Ray Moore was a rapper before rap was even popular. He definitely put together little quick lines that put spin on things and was funny. His life was one that he knew needed to be bigger than just a stage, and he created the character Dolomite. Shout out to Lunel. She's in that actual movie. Shout out to Eddie Murphy. Shout out to Wesley Snipes and all of the different actors who are part of it. Mike Epps. And then coming after that, Lunel is also in Coming to America 2, which is filming and taping. And she's doing such incredible work. It's not funny. She's definitely out in Vegas and has a lot going on there, a lot of shows that she's doing, as well as she's facilitating being in movies and doing incredible work. She's been a powerhouse female comedian for years. She is up there with a lot of the greats because she does so much for so many people and breaking new people into the industry and helping them give them perspective and little antidotes that will help them to have longevity, such as herself. So next week, if everything works out, we will be talking with her. And like I said, there's so many artists and people that are coming and asking to be a part of this show. We definitely going to be talking with them as well. We're going to take a next musical interlude, and we're going to be right back. Once again, it's the Evening Experience from 5 to 7 every Thursday. Once again, your Thursdays will never be the same. And take the opportunity, hit the link in the bio, tell a friend to hit the link in the bio, subscribe, and let's go.
Dreamers, straight schemers, all around and everywhere we go. It's all these playtime gangsters. All these playtime gangsters.
Playboy, you ain't about that life. Like a pair of church socks, you ain't got no stripes. Picture you whipping my ass, you ain't got no fight. I mean, you got a lot of bark, but you ain't got no bite. A blood clot lie your tail when you touch that mic. Boy, I seen you under pressure, you ain't bust no pipe. You play the crib all day. Homie, I know you're tight. You let that dude Tyrone come and fuck your wife. Same dudes in the club trying to front all hype. Be the same dudes that screaming out, chill. See how acting all funky, get you jumped on sight. And dragged down the block like you're marching for gay rights. Shout out to the homie Ray because he was right when he said I would say something that he no lie. This ain't just a good song, this is good advice that might one day save your life. Now Mac, tell him, homie.
Oh, wanna play a game you can't play. Oh, until a nigga jump in his face. Yeah. What up? Thug dreamers, straight schemers, all around and everywhere we go. All these playtime.
You really don't deserve to be called a G. You're not a good candidate to preserve the street. Your gang signs and your secret handshakes is weak. You only get it on in the form of tweets. Your whole persona is incomplete. Maybe that marijuana got you missing the beat. I don't know, but them leggings got you looking petite. This thing is out of control to the point that you wouldn't believe. We come from black blocks, black top, stone. I'm talking straight shots of Henny and Patron. And y'all doing daiquiris with a twisted line, following a nigga footsteps, calling it your grind. Homie, you only gangsta in your mind. And this magnum should help you draw the line. Starting 5, y'all niggas resign. I'm urban legend, y'all ride the pine.
Oh, wanna play a game they can't play.
We don't play them games.
Oh, until a nigga jump in his face. Yeah.
It's real now.
Thug dreamers, straight schemers, all around and everywhere we go. All these playtime gangsters. I be frontin' on your timeline.
That's right.
And banging in your spare time. We just tryna have a good time.
Hey.
But fakes gotta get the rewind. Yeah, I'll be frontin' on your timeline.
That's right.
And banging in your spare time. We just tryna have a good time. But fakes gotta get the rewind. I don't care what playtime niggas say. My niggas ain't got no time to play. Real stay real and all the fake. For you lame ass niggas I say. Oh, wanna play a game they can't play. Oh, until a nigga jump in his face. Yeah. Thug dreamers, straight schemers, all around and everywhere we go. All these playtime gangsters. Oh, wanna play a game they can't play.
We don't play them games, baby.
Oh, until a nigga jump in his face. Yeah. Thug dreamers, straight schemers, all around and everywhere we go. All these playtime gangsters.
Count. Yeah. What up? New York, Philadelphia. Yeah, we here now. Yo. Too many mumble rappers out here. Yo. It's time to clean house. Yo. These new niggas be swearing that they got that heat till I put their bird ass on ice like happy feet. Bring your hardest MC, I turn them taffy sweet. Put the gauge in his face like Daffy's beat. Y'all niggas can't be serious. I laugh at beef. Why would I swear the damn thing when I would clap at Keith? I catch you sitting on the throne, that's when I flash my piece and Connie whisper in your ear. Let me have that shit. The DJ say I'm a whore the way I free techniques. So when I spit, I get loose like my grandpa's teeth. I'm a fat nigga, you know I never see defeat. Ask about me. I got love in these streets. They say it costs to be the boss. This game ain't free, so if you ain't playing your part, depart in me. Trying to lock the shit down till I found the key. Now it's death, the mumble rap and swag MCs. I put a tech under they peck with an upright press. Blow their heart through their mouth, make them say it with their chest. This is my house. Tell me who invited these guests. They on my couch, but I won't blame that on Flex. Let me find out. You rappers trying to crisscross the team. That's when I front on their ass like Mac Daddy G's. This here's the new rule for every year. The best these rappers get done dirty if they don't come clean. You not a
EMCEE. 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 Don't even try to be. When you come off this beat, don't even lie to me. EMCEE. 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 Don't even try to be. When you come off this beat, don't even lie to me.
These hating niggas is ducks, they be quacking me up. Mandalay Great White Owl was backing me up. On the cover of Straight Stuntin' Mag about the erupt. Had a dream, needed $1, so your boy went buck. Now I was lost in that storm, but when that lightning struck and hit that battery in my back, nigga, I charged back up. Now you can catch me on the block with my boy Cold Crush. The D-Crush, shit your royal, how the drugs go flush. The next day I'm on the block with the 4-pound tuck, ready to exercise my right to get my weight back up. You got that ice in that cream, I'm on the back of your truck. Run in your crib and get that work like a battle of luck. Two things that I don't give is up and fuck. So when you get that shit backwards, I will fuck you up. So please run toward me like you chemically imbaled. This 4-pound will make you do the get out challenge. Lonzo Ball said Nas ain't hot. Fuck you talking now. Dad Eddie rap he like. Bring the coffins out. Next time he cross that line, shit I'ma cross him out. Gem star, stretch his smile. Give him the dolphin mouth. I'm Homer Simpson with these bars. Rappers I duck from out. I try to put a bug in your ear. You said I'm bugging out. Well now you know who I be and what the buzz about. Snail just came out of his shell and we can slug it out.
EMCEE. 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 Don't even try to be. When you come off this beat, don't even lie to me. EMCEE. 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 Don't even try to be. When you come off this beat, don't even lie to me.
Yeah. Pass that rock.
Hold on. First, pass that rock. Fresh out, ain't nothing to go back. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. This is the evening experience. That was my boy Corporal AK. As you can see, he's with Billy Danze and Mac Wiles, as well as you saw him with the one and only Fresh Out, ain't nothing to go back, up on the screen. Corporal AK is an entity, a solid rapper, incredible artist who's doing incredible things. He's definitely one to pay attention to. He's definitely on the rise. He's definitely a powerhouse, and I definitely want y'all to pay attention. A lot more coming from that brother. We got about 10 minutes left, so we're going to just wrap for a little bit. If you want to call in at 914-968-6499 or 718-705-4959. Take the opportunity, once again, 914-968-6499. The lines are open. Or 718-705-4959. Call in. We'll definitely chime in. If you got something you want to promote, talk about real quick, let's get it in. Once again, it's your boy Mac 357. So much going on, so little time. We're going to be at a lot of different things. Matter of fact, there's an event coming up next Sunday. Well, before I get to next Sunday, next Wednesday is my birthday. My born day is happening. I'll be right before the show on the 26th. I'll be here talking to y'all that Thursday, but we definitely going to get it in. Introducing Marcon Smith. He plays Junie Bird in Godfather of Harlem, which stars Forrest Whitaker as Bumpy Johnson. There's music scores by Wale. You have Swiss Beats. You have Rick Ross. You have a few different people who are lending their musical talents to making that movie, or should I say that series, into a great one. It's going to be on Epic. It's going to be epic. Definitely going to be epic. But next week, the 29th. There is a viewing of it Sunday the 29th. Doors open at 7:30. Red carpets from 8 to 9 and screenings at 10 p.m. sharp. I will be in the building with Street Roots Entertainment, LLC. They will be presenting the series premiere or the screening premiere of Godfather of Harlem, starring Forrest Whitaker. It's going to be an incredible time had by all. It's going to be at Mist in Harlem, 46 West, 116th Street, New York, New York. I'll definitely be in the building for that. And there are a few other events that I'm going to be going to, which I'm going to announce right now. There's a young man who will be at the show Black Ink that I will be a part of. He is debuting his music there. Hollywood Tie. It's a listening party from 8 to 11 p.m. Black Ink on 113th, 55 Lenox Avenue in New York, New York. Music by DJ Streets. It's going to be at the Black Ink Studios. The name of the artist and of himself is Hollywood Tie. Once again, Hollywood Tie. It's a listening party from 8 to 11 p.m. I'll definitely be in the building. Name is already on the list. There are so many people who I want to give shout outs to who definitely are chiming in and speaking on different things that are happening. Shout out to Steph Moore. I met her, well, I was there with her at the Burr Brand event. We definitely got it popping. She's definitely has a new quote-unquote, she's on the show, Hip Hop Season. She's definitely getting it in. She's a co-host in that show. She's also a model. So shout out to her as well. Once again, shout out to the incredible Miss Artistry who put this group together that I happen to be a part of. Shout out to On the Block with Holla. Shout out to her as well. She's a public figure, helps creative. She's an entrepreneur. She definitely comes from a business perspective. So shout out to her as well. Shout out to Coco Camille. She's a blogger. She's a creative. She's a curator of style. She's a brand enthusiast, style enthusiast, as to say, branding, PR, social media. So shout out to her as well. And CEO of L'Oreal Management, Artist Management. She is definitely another one that's a part of this program. So shout out to all the people who are doing incredible work in this industry and basically putting together a perspective of growth and coming together and opening up people to a lot of different events and programs who may not have that. And shout out to all the people who go out to the indie artists who are trying to break them in and help them to get into this industry, especially if you believe in their work and their actual music. Sorry today that we couldn't have one of our guests here. Shout out to Swave, HMG. Shout out to Swave. Sorry he couldn't be here today, but hopefully he'll be back soon. Scheduling conflict, but we'll definitely get it in with him. We're going to take another quick musical interlude, and I'm going to come back and end this show. So we're going to be right back. 2 and 2.
Can't really trust myself around you. I'm overwhelmed. I don't wanna miss this one. I'm for real. If you can't tell, I pray that you catch all the feels I do. Didn't even really know ya. Couldn't help myself. Took you down on the first date. Couldn't even wait to get to my hotel. I pray that you want it again like I do.
around you. Got me feeling faded when you're around. Need to feed this addiction. Let's go for rounds. You know how we get down. This love we make, it's got me so enraged. Oh, maybe I'm just like my mother, just like my daddy. Overnight lovers, falling for you. I'm falling for you. Maybe we're meant for each other, maybe we're not. Don't wanna stop, I'm falling for you. Can't trust myself around you. I know I prayed for this and I deserve it. So I'm all in, 'cause I know I'm worth it. You make me feel crazy. It seems too good to be true. Maybe I'm just like my mother, just like my daddy. Overnight lovers, falling for you. I'm falling for you. Maybe we're meant for each other, maybe we're not. I don't wanna stop, I'm so into you. Can't trust myself around you.
It ends at 7 p.m. Yes. All right, people. I just want to say thank y'all for chiming in, dealing with us today, hanging with us today. Seeing all the incredible guests we had here. Once again, that was Roger Mooking for Man on Eats. Definitely Eat Your Words is an incredible album that he has out currently. Go check that out. As well as I want you to follow Mr. Sean Snow. Man Greatest Food is Street Eats is one of the shows that he has currently on the Food Network, as well as you can see him on the Cooking Channel. Man on Fire definitely is a good one as well, where he talks about grilling and, like I said, some of the best food you ever seen. But he currently has an album out. Once again, Eat Your Words is definitely one that you want to pay attention to. As well as Deshawn Snow, you definitely want to follow her, follow all of her different foundations and projects that she has going on. She's an incredible actress. I say she's a model. She says she's not. But if you've seen the picture, you know why I said what I said. And what's your boy Tekashi? Ratting everybody out. I'm going to call my man Rat. What up, Rat? Brother is out there just doing craziness, just throwing everybody under the bus so he doesn't have to stay in jail. Bro, when you get out, I hope you I hope you moving someplace where they can't find you, because ratting all these people out, bro. Woo! I don't know what you're going to be doing next. But once again, shout out to In The Mix Radio for having this incredible show here every week from 5 to 7 every Thursday. Chime in, tune in, watch. This is the evening experience from 5 to 7 every Thursday. It goes down. We're doing incredible things. Keep on the lookout for us. Keep us in your hearts and in your minds, because every week we'll be back. We'll be doing more and more stuff with you. This is the evening experience. It's going down. I appreciate y'all. See y'all on 2 and 2. See y'all next week. Once again, like I said, next Wednesday is my birthday. So if you want to give me birthday shout outs, I appreciate it. Look for y'all in the stars. I'll catch up with y'all. Peace.
You know what it is. Mac 357, Big Chuck. I see you. The evening experience, Funk Flex. I mean, you know what we about.